Welcome. This is Wayne Miller with NCPP, Northern California Professional Photographers, and this is a screencast on how to prepare your images for NCPP Projected Image Competition using Lightroom. When you watch this video, if you click on that little bunch of arrows down the right hand corner, you'll get full screen on that, and it'll be a lot easier to view. Okay, so let's get started. We'll close this down a little bit so we can get our menus. Now, you want to start in the print mode for this. Let's start off with a blank image. Normally you start at the top, but with this Lightroom, I want to start down at the bottom. For the print job, so click on the print job. First thing you do is you want to print to a JPEG file. You've got two choices, printer, JPEG. If you have an 8.5 by 11 printer, that's going to be the default size of the box here. So we want a JPEG. We want to unclick the draft mode if that's on there. File resolution, you type in there 200 PPI. Print sharpening, that's your choice. If you want to sharpen, I'd click that. JPEG quality, I'd leave that at about 90, keeps the file fairly small. Click custom file dimensions, and you want to type in 20" by 11". And color management for your profile, I would recommend either using Adobe RGB or sRGB. Difference is Adobe RGB works better if it's going to be used on a monitor, and sRGB if it's going to be used on a projector. So choice is yours. There's a little bit of difference in the color space, and then I would recommend that you pick perceptual instead of relative. Okay, and let's go up to the top and start there and work down. Single image for a contact sheet, you want to click it on there if it's not. Next one is image settings. We'll show you what these do, but right now they probably should all be unchecked. Same thing with the border, unless you want to stoke the outside border on that, which I recommend against. Layout, I would go at least 1/4 inch on either one of these to start. Reason I recommend that is because when you project an image onto another device, sometimes the scaling is a little bit different, so you don't want to have a border around there and have part of it cut off. So it's kind of a bleed or something like that. It's a little safety margin. Page grid, 1:1. Cell size, that's predetermined by your margins on here, so that will kind of already reflect what you've chosen there. Guides, you can show the guides if you want. Basically that shows your ruler, your page bleed, which is this white border on there, and this doesn't really show in your image when you save it in image cells, so I'd leave that off for now. And the last thing on the page, the background color, if you check that, you can get a choice here. You can pick what you drag this over in here. You can get if you want a red background or green and stuff. Unfortunately, it's not like Photoshop. You can't go into the image and pick a color. You got to pick it from the background there. So everything else is unchecked on this, and we've already set up the print job. Now, once you get this menu set up, I would recommend that you go over here to the template browser and save it as a preset. So you click on create new preset. It's going to ask you to name it. We'll call it NCPP projected image, 4000 by 2000 or 2200. Excuse me, 2200, and I'll call it template because I already have one over there. So otherwise, so you can look over here. We've got it created. So next time when you start this thing up, you just hit that template and you already got it. And you're ready to put your image in. Okay, so we're ready to put an image in. Click down here. We have a landscape, and you can see that that pretty well fills the image up except for the border around there. Now, if you want to go full bleed, you know, you can go, if you click zoom to fit, you see that it'll click it out a little bit. Layout, if you pull the guides over to 0 and then go to size here, you can see it almost fills it. And the thing is on that is the scale of the image is a little bit different than the layout for the canvas. So, you know, if you go zoom to fill, it's going to crop it a little bit. You can move it around just a hair. So, you know, you can do something like this. If you got at least a 1/4 inch here, otherwise, you know what happens. You get too close to the border and the judges will be complaining about that. So it's your choice. So if you want to go back and punch in a 1/4 on each one of these, you could go down and do that. Or you can push back to your template and see it automatically goes back to giving everything a 1/4 on there. Okay. The guides, you know, you want to show the guides. That kind of gives you an idea. That's your choice. Page. Background color. You know how to change that if you want to. If you want to stoke a little border on there. Let's pick a color on here. Let's kind of go with maybe something like this, or a little lighter blue. That's kind of nice. And basically that's ready. So you want to print to file. So you click on here. I've already done this previously, so I have Wayne _ Miller _ airplane, which is a JPEG. Save it. It's asking you if I want to replace it. And you see the progress at the top there, and it's done. Okay. So now let's go back to a blank canvas. And you can see the border is still on there because we've got it chosen there. So let's go back to our original template that gives us a blank canvas to work off of. We'll go with a portrait now, and you know, kind of same thing as you can zoom to fit, but you can see what happens there. Layout. If you want to move this, you move it with this, but as you get to one point, it pushes it over, and then it starts to scale it down. So you got to kind of be careful with that. So if you want to kind of get it over to one side, you get it to one point, and then it starts dropping it down. So let's kind of leave it right there. Image settings, you want to stroke the border. Click it. Let's find a color that we like here. We want to try to get something that maybe matches her outfit. Okay, let's leave it with that. And you're happy with that, you can add sharpening if you want to. You can click on there. You can have low, matte, low standard, high. You're gonna have to play around with that because it's kind of hard to tell here once it's projected. Anyway, if it's ready, print to file, so you're going to save it to file. Again, we'll go Wayne _ Miller. Use your name, not mine. And girl and HDR. How original, huh? And save that. You can see the progress up in the upper left, and it's ready to be sent off to ImageComp. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you understand how to prep your images for competition, and good luck. Signing off, Wayne Miller for NCPP. Thank you.